morning everyone, how are we all? Welcome back to my channel and to a very beautifully sunny Friday vlog. I am in such a good mood today. I feel like the minute the weather comes and it's sunny, I just feel so like energized and alive. I was just sat having some breakfast, reading through all of your lovely comments on the gardening vlog, and honestly, I just love it. I absolutely love it. Even though opposite are having some works done and I'm just drilling and banging, it's fine. Like, it's actually, I don't know what it is. You only realise how important that is when you don't have it. And I know I've spoke about this before, but in our old flat, we just didn't get any sunshine. So that is a huge luxury and I don't take it for granted any day. My battery is flashing. I swore I charged this last night. Let me go and swap that out 2 seconds. There we are back. That is a constant bane of my life, battery charging. I thought I'd vlog today because there's a couple of things that I really want to show you guys before work starts really soon. So I thought it would be nice to show you those things. All Facebook Marketplace finds, which makes me even more overjoyed. So we've got some bookcases, a piece of art, and a new wall plate. Oh, look at you! Maggie is just all snuggled up on the sofa. There we are. Oh, hello, sausage. How are ya? I feel like she's really settled in this house now. We were a little bit worried about her at one point because she was just really reactive, but now, I mean, she is still slightly reactive, but the noises and sounds and everything is just kind of becoming very familiar to her. And it's a lot more quiet here, even with the building work going on behind us, which I'm currently watching and just absolutely blown away by how quick they're doing it. So the neighbours opposite us are having a roof dormer and an outrigger done, so essentially like a whole loft conversion, and they are so speedy. So it's very inspiring. I'm currently watching thinking, wow, although it looks like very invasive work and we would be living amongst the building site, but it's doable. I'm seeing Ewan today for coffee. I haven't seen him since we went away in Southwell, is that right? Anyway, we're gonna go grab a coffee and we're gonna head to IKEA again. I know it feels like all I ever do is spend my time in IKEA, but I think Ewan needs to grab a couple of things again because he's having some works done, and I'm gonna grab a new set of shelves for the shed because that set is brilliant. I think 2 sets and that's perfect in terms of when we do, hopefully, fingers crossed, get a new shed very soon, we can organise it a bit better. So I'm gonna grab another set and then that's it. I feel like I've spent a lot of money recently on house bits, but it's all kind of stuff that's just gonna tide us over until we start works. Have I mentioned? I don't think I have. We had someone to come and quote for the bathroom. I don't think I've mentioned that. Maybe we have, I don't know. I forget what I've said and what I haven't said. So we had a builder come round last week. It was actually a week ago today to give us some quotes for bathroom options. So we went full low to high scale. We were like, look, if we were to just keep the existing shell, how much would that cost? If we were to do existing shell and maybe do some different windows, like some skylights, how much would that cost? And if we were to do full rip out, move a wall and do skylights, how much would that cost? So we can kind of get a look and feel and kind of just see how much it's going to be. So we haven't had the quote back yet, which I'm speaking to people, generally builders do take a little while to generate quotes, so that's fine, but hopefully we can get it soon. I can talk you guys through the process and what we're thinking about doing, because it would be amazing to get that done this year. That would be like a goal. We've said if we can get the bathroom done this year, that would be wonderful, but if we can't for whatever reason, that's fine. I know so many of you are saying, don't rush and, you know, live in the space, and it's crazy because we feel like we've been here forever, but we haven't. We've literally been here. We got the keys October 25th, so it's only been like 5 months, 4 months. We were very fortunate when we bought this house that we were able to get a price that allowed us to keep some of our savings to do some works, because the house isn't finished by any means, and, you know, we need to kind of address big issues like when the roof leaked and obviously has put damp in the walls, which is really not great. You know, do we just do a temporary fix and get a damp proof course done? Or do we just live with it for now and save our money for bigger works? Do we do the garden? We need to sit down and form like a priority list, but works are happening in stages in certain parts of the house, but the bathroom is going to be a very big project. So depending on how scary the quote is, it's depending on what we do. So there's not going to be any rush decisions, and all of your tips and things that you recommended for the living room have been so useful. It's given us a real idea and like a clear plan about what we want to do. And decision fatigue is a thing. It really is a thing, because what we thought we wanted to do, some people said maybe don't do. You lived in homes very similar to this layout, and what works for you, what might work for future buyers. As I've said, this isn't going to be our forever home. This is just a beautiful chapter in our life that we're living in a gorgeous home that we can hopefully add some love and character back into. So yeah, I'm going to come on to that once we're back from IKEA about plans. I might see if Ewan wants to come round for a coffee. He hasn't been round since we got the keys, so that could be nice. I can ask him some questions and see what he'd do. So yeah, we might do that. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. I need to pop to the recycling centre, pop to the charity shop just to do a little donation, and then go and pick Ewan up. Okay, I've made it to IKEA, and I've literally spent about half an hour looking at the bookcase section, trying to get my head around what we need and what we need to order. And lo and behold, what we need is actually out of stock, but it's made me think again about the process. And I think what we're gonna do is hang fire, get the bookcases in position. I'll show you them on my back, and then we can go from there. But it's good to maybe have these roadblocks, because it makes you think of different ideas. I'm gonna grab a trolley, and then we need to get some shelving. I love this little contraption. It's so clever. Anyway, right, here we go. Okay guys, so I found the height extension unit. So we need 2 of those, so it's £30 in total for each of the individual ones. I'm gonna grab, oh gosh, they're quite heavy. They're well stocked, which is good. So that's 1, and then 2. So those are for the bar and second bookcase, and then we need to go to aisle 2, which makes perfect sense over there. Okay, so now I've just got lost in IKEA, but I've figured it out. So the extension units for the larger shelf, Ewan's here by the way, he's keeping me right. So the black ones are cheaper than the white ones, and we've got white billies, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna prime them and paint them anyway. So in the living room, I think we're gonna go for like a nice green, and then in the spare like library room, we're gonna go for a red. But then different, it all doesn't matter, so we need 2 of these. So yeah, saving an extra £10 as well, so 10, 20, 30. Is it 40 quid just by getting the black units? It's bad, isn't it? No. Save £20. How much? Guys, I don't even know. I don't know where I am, I don't know my name, I don't know what day it is. Maybe I'm just hungry. Am I hungry? I think we've gone delirious. Ewan's also mid-renovation as well, so he's also a bit delirious too. I haven't even started yet. This was a bad idea. Can you... Do you want to go to Greg's after this? Should we get a Greg's after this? Yes. Yes!
That's what we need.
Greg's.
Greg sorts out everything.
Sausage roll, maybe a chicken bake or like a steak bake, like a pasty, yeah. Right, I'm kind of done now, are you?
Yeah.
My head's frazzled. I probably bought the wrong sizes as well.
Get out of here.
Do you know, have you noticed they play calming music?
Yeah. At least it's not too loud. Thank you, IKEA.
Yeah. Right, garden shelves, I don't even know where they are. And then, do you know what, I'm actually not even going to bother.
No, come on, we can do it. We'll do this.
It's been a week.
Garden shelves.
Oh, right. There we go. Right, we found the shelves. I knew I should have got a second set of these when I bought them, but I'm really impressed with them for £19. They're pretty good going and they're fairly sturdy, so yeah, right, that's me done. Thank you, Ewan. Right, let's go and pay and go to Greg's. Greg's, I love you. Truly I do, but we were in the mood for McDonald's. So we're having McDonald's, and I'm having a first. I've never had a McDonald's apple pie before.
I can't believe that.
And yeah, Ewan's absolutely oh, it's deep fried. It's a deep fried apple pie. Oh my god. Oh my god, it looks like a sausage roll.
I'm not sure what I think about them, to be honest.
Oh really?
They burn your mouth really easily, so be careful.
Oh, okay,
Excuse
right.
me, I'm just shoveling food in my face.
Ewan's having a bite. Okay, it says caution hot.
They used to sell them with ice cream, which was really nice. And I think sometimes in autumn you can get like cinnamon ones, or like watermelons. What do you think?
Oh my god, I love that.
It's so sugary, isn't it? It's like pure sweetness.
Oh my god, that's guys, look at that filling. Oh my goodness, that's so good. It's like a churro crossed with a apple pie.
Imagine that when it's boiling hot.
And that would tip the roof of your mouth
Yeah,
off.
it can burn all your lips off. I think somebody did have like their lips really severely burnt from one before.
Did they?
Yeah, because they come out searing.
Oh, bet, yeah, deep out the deep fat fryer. Deep out the deep fat fryer.
I had them with ice cream. Do you want to dip it in my McFlurry? Are you sure?
Oh my god, thank you. I feel like I've been missing out not having these, but now I've had one, I'm just probably going to order one every time.
Sometimes you win one with Monopoly.
So I've won them before, but then my vouchers have expired.
Oh yeah, that always
Because they don't give you a long time, those
No.
vouchers, do they?
Very upsetting.
Well, I don't have McDonald's often, and then when it's like I come to use it, it's like, oh, it's expired. I usually get that or a fruit bag.
Yeah. Yeah. Fruit bag's not the one.
Really riveting content here, guys, just watching me eat an apple pie for the first time, but here we are. It's joyous. Okay, I am back. Look who's excited to see me. Hello. Oh, I know. So I just dropped Ewan off and I'm so excited. So let me show you what we actually got from Marketplace. So this is currently how our living room looks. So we've got these two Billy bookcases stacked here. Guys, drum roll, but these were completely free. So there was a seller on Marketplace and Zara found these and yeah, they were just giving them away. They're in really good nick and they've been built very well. So we're very impressed. We've just stacked them in front of this door. I will come onto this door in just a second. So yeah, two really good size bookcases. The shelves are upstairs and we just took them off so we could move them. And then Zara found this Billy bookcase on Marketplace for £20. So not as much of a steal as for free, but we now have enough to do all of the alcoves. Now, obviously, I've just bought the extender units in IKEA. So where we've got this space above, what we're going to do is obviously add the one level addition, but then they're going to get raised off of the ground. So do you see here the depth of the skirting board is how much this is going to come up by. So we're going to build a plinth. I say a we. Me and my stepdad together are going to build 4 plinths. So we've got one here. And then we're also going to build a plinth here. These will get built together. And then obviously we'll add some wood trim either side. Plus the height of the additional extender unit. And then the light fittings coming through with some trim at the top. Will make these look absolutely incredible. And I just think the finished product will be amazing. Now, in the living room, it's a bit more tricky because we don't really know what height we need the cabinets. So, obviously down here, we've got all of like, they call it the gubbins. So we've got like, obviously for the internet and obviously there's like the Wi-Fi box, the plugs. So, obviously the bookcases will go in this alcove and the shelves will obviously go to a certain height. But we ideally want some cupboards installed. Now, you can buy the cupboards in IKEA, but they're obviously coming in like £175. Now, 2 of those would be nearly £400, plus we'd need additional wood, so it would make like a hack into quite an expensive hack. So we obviously don't want it to look a bit naff, but I think once they're at a height, I think they'll look quite built in anyway. And because I think we've kind of come to terms with the TV staying where it is, we are going to get the cable put behind the TV with a plug socket there on the wall. So I think that'll be really handy. Then obviously it will make it all look a bit more built in and kind of just a bit more considered. With the lighting, I think we're on to a winner. So that's the plan. Still considering the doors, but for now we've got the carcasses, we've got the extender units. So we're like 60-70% there. And the only other thing I got in IKEA is another one of the Hillis shelving units. So I'm gonna attempt to build that. Probably not today because I feel like this week has just been chaos and I don't think I've got it in me to tackle some DIY today. So that's it, Maggie. It's gonna be Project Alcove Shelving very soon. Oh, I'm so happy, honestly. Oh, and this is the piece of art that I got on Marketplace as well. Zara also found this. Let me pop the lamp on. So this was from a local seller. He had loads of beautiful art in his home. And yeah, we saw this online. This was £10. and it's from the Motor Show in West Kensington, and it was from 1933, so it's kind of got like a, you know, Art Deco feel to it, and I just think the colours are so lovely. And we are going to be using greens, whites and reds in the 2 rooms. I think it'll actually go really nicely and pull everything together. So yeah, really happy with how everything's looking in here. It's all coming together really nicely. I think once you have a vision and you kind of, you know what you want, it's just putting all of the blocks in place to get the end result. So yeah, I'm feeling positive. I feel like we're going to get there. I forgot to show you the plate. So this, we actually got from H&M Home when we were in there a couple of days ago now, and both Zara and I saw this and just thought it looked really cool. It's got like quite a nice like Mediterranean feel to it. It feels almost like we could pick it up in Italy or Greece. So as you know, we've got a couple of plates on our wall, and I think this is going to look really nice. Maybe like here could look quite cool. We need to get one of the wall mount things. What we do is we order them off Amazon. I'll leave them down below, and you just adhere them with a bit of water, and that releases the glue, and then that gets dried for 24 hours, and they are brilliant. Like, they do not move at all. They're so good, and they're quite affordable as well. So yeah, you can use command hooks, or you can use like the metal holders as well, but I'm really happy with this. I think it finishes the wall off nicely. We probably won't do many more on this because it might look a bit busy, but yeah, I think this actually might still be available. So I'll link it down below. If you do like it, of course, you can use it as an actual plate. But yeah, I'm very happy with this find. So I'm all snuggled up on the sofa, and I'm just about to watch Mary and George, which is a new Sky original. It's got Nicola Galitzine and I just went to say Judi Dench. It hasn't got Judi Dench at all. Julianne Moore and Nicola Galitzine, and oh my goodness, I'm loving it so far. It's quite dark, it's quite raunchy, but it's good. And I thought I'd talk to you about books real quick. So I finished Daisy Jones and the Six, and I loved it. I really loved it. It's such a good book. It's one of those books that just ignites your imagination, and we are now starting the series on Amazon Prime. Zara was away this weekend for a hen do. I think you call them like a bachelorette party in the US. So she's in Birmingham this weekend, so I can't watch it because I said I'd wait until she was back. So I'm going to start a new book. Well, I kind of already have started it. I'm about 30 pages in. This is The Housemaid. So this is the first book from Frida McFadden, and I read The Housemaid's Secret and loved it. Literally finished it in about 2 days. So yeah, I'm gonna tuck into this weekend and watch Mary and George. Sorry, Maggie's just having a drink. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I just had a nap. I had a pre-bedtime nap, and I've woken up and it's 7:45. I haven't had dinner. I think I've just slept for like 2 hours. I fell asleep through half of Mary and George, so that's great. When I say it, I feel like I'm just tired beyond belief. Anyway, I've just been thinking about what I want for dinner, and we've got some leftovers in the fridge, so I'm gonna make sausage pasta. We've got some Waitrose sausages and some soft cream cheese. I'm gonna like a creamy sausage pasta with some chilli. I think that'll be delicious. And we've got loads of pasta. There we are, a very hearty bowl of pasta for one. And I'm gonna eat this, watch some more TV, and get a very early night. Sorry about the angle. I've got my water bottle under my arm. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Good morning, folks. I needed that sleep. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I've just spilled coffee everywhere. Oh god, this is my life. Good morning. Sorry, I've just spilt my espresso everywhere. I just slept for like 11 hours, I think. I must have needed that. Oh my goodness, honestly, especially after having my pre-sleep nap. Anyway, I'm gonna run this morning. I'm gonna aim for 25 kilometers, or roughly 2.5 hours worth of running. If I've got more in the tank, I'll do more. But I haven't done a long run in a while, and the marathon is getting scarily close now. It's on the 21st of April, and today's the 9th of March, Tomorrow's the 10th of March, which is my mum's birthday, and Mother's Day here in the UK. So yeah, it's getting very close, and I have some amazing news. We actually passed over £3,000 on my Just Giving page for PSPA, who I am running for. Phenomenal. Even setting the challenge of £2,000, I just thought, God, that's such a large amount of money. How on earth am I going to raise that? We've just passed 3,000, which is phenomenal. So truly, even if you've shared it, you've done it at £1, $1, when I'm out there running on the streets, that's what keeps me going, knowing that people who don't know me, strangers who I've never met and had the privilege to meet, have believed in me that I can do this and raise money for this charity. So thank you very much. I'm gonna shot this espresso back and set off. I'm gonna run around the mall, or the Mall, I think it's actually called the Mall, which is just down from Buckingham Palace. And I want to do it because I want to get a sense of the route through central London and where I'm gonna be at what distance. So I'm going to set off and go via South London, through London Bridge, or Westminster Bridge, through the Houses of Parliament, through Whitehall, up through Trafalgar Square, around Hyde Park, down through the Mall, and then back. That's the idea. I don't actually know how long that distance is. It might be longer than 25 kilometres. We'll just see. Would you please me for that? Okay? Sorry, I feel like I'm rushing. It's supposed to be dry until 1 o'clock this afternoon, so I really need to get out. Okay. Here we go. I'm not gonna lie, look at my hair. That was a real struggle, There was such an energy in town. So many people are running now, so many running clubs. It's so inspiring. And I ran around Hyde Park, and they had some kind of like running event on, and loads of people getting medals. I think it might be one of the Royal Park runs, but I just got in my own head. I got really panicky, and I just started to get so much doubt because I was really struggling. I felt like my legs were just really sore and really tight, and yeah, I think it's just the pressure is getting to me, and it's like that self-doubt is creeping, and something I've struggled with a lot in my life, in every avenue of my life. I do struggle with confidence and self-belief, and it's so funny because I've ran half marathons before, but getting in my own head I really struggled today. So I only did 18 kilometers, which is still a valiant effort, and then I ran a little bit more after I had a break, had a coffee. Half marathon in total, but not continuous. So we try again another day, but I'm remaining positive. Oh, hello, Mike's gonna have a little sleep, haven't you? I'm remaining positive because the weather is absolutely stunning. It's so sunny, it feels like spring really is in the air. I'm gonna have a quick shower and take Maggie to Greenwich Park, which I think will be lovely. So, turning it into a positive. We are out in Greenwich Park and able to walk on the grass without it being like sludge. What a treat, and I'm in trainers. How exciting. Sorry, that's Maggie's poop. She thinks it's a ball. Guys, I'm wearing a jacket and a t-shirt. At the beginning of last week, it was so bitterly cold. It was like nearly 0, and now change of seasons overnight. Madness. I know it can change tomorrow, but you've really just got to enjoy the highs while you can and just enjoy the warm weather. Well, warmer weather. It's still not by any means spring, but it's gorgeous that we can leave the house in this. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I feel so unbelievably lucky that we have this on our doorstep. It's just so gorgeous. And it's Maggie's favourite park because of the squirrels. There are so many squirrels in Greenwich, and the minute she sees one, she just goes absolutely crazy for them, as she does right there. But we'll never learn that they can climb trees and she can't. Look at her go. Come on. Here she comes. Good girl. Any luck? Any luck finding the squirrels? Maybe I was a bit premature with the weather. It started to get a bit grey and windy. I just got myself a little flat white and an almond croissant just because I had some eggs at home. So yeah, this is like post-run and refuel. We're just walking through the Naval College, just heading back to the car. I love walking through here because you can sometimes hear people rehearsing. So obviously it's a Naval College and specialises in music, and there are times, especially midweek, early morning, you hear cello and piano players practicing, which is just joyous. And obviously the acoustics is so stunning because it's in such old buildings with high ceilings, so the sound just like echoes beautifully. So yeah, it's such a stunning place. There we are, you can hear. That was such a lovely walk. I brought Zara's car to the park because it's so much easier, especially on weekends, because Greenwich gets very busy. And also it was such nice weather. I thought we could take the roof down. I mean, I really am getting too excited, but it's so cool. I love it. And Mikey loves it too. Don't you? Just sat in the back. I do miss my Mini. I really do. And I mean, obviously British weather is pretty terrible. So you don't really, you know, make much use of not having a roof. But when it's nice, it seems silly not to. It's very nice to have this. It's a little Fiat 500, so it's so nifty to drive around. And it's even got parking sensors. It's brilliant. Okay, so ahead of my parents arriving in a couple of weeks' time, I thought this would be a good time to do some planning. So I popped to WH Smith a couple of weeks ago, and I picked up some graph paper, some tracing paper, and then like a big, like a sketch pad, and I printed off the ground floor and first floor plans. It's a lot of floors. So this is one of the sketches I did a couple of weeks ago, and it was just toying with the idea that rather than extending, so rather than pushing out fully here, we could essentially work with what we've got, which could free up funds to go into the loft, add a 4th bedroom and bathroom, which we're still toying with the idea. We really don't know. So without showing the neighbours too much, this is just essentially they're having what the opposite neighbour has had done, they're having done as well. So they're having what's called a dormer and then an outrigger. So you effectively get a whole bedroom and bathroom up there, which obviously is really good in terms of space, but as it's just me and Zara, we weren't really sure whether that would be a good use of money. So yeah, it's a tricky one because we don't want to spend money where we won't use the space. However, because downstairs is such a good space, the only benefit of doing a full kitchen extension would be that we could add a downstairs loo, probably where I'm here now. And obviously downstairs loos are really useful, especially if we do come to sell this property in years to come. So a family having a downstairs toilet when you're out in the garden is just handy rather than having to go upstairs. But having said that, it's not a deal breaker, and whilst they are beneficial, they're not entirely, you know, not every house has them. So it then begs the question, do we just work with the space that we have rather than paying to have new foundations laid? And keeping all the pipework where it is, which would save a lot of money, not having to remove the boiler, again, saving money. Wouldn't have to lower the floor, saving money. So it's all money saving that we could then spend in the roof. And I think if we do the downstairs to a very high standard, i.e. get rid of this plastic roof and go for something like a really gorgeous glass sunlight trap, I think that could work really well. And almost would give the illusion that there's more space than there actually is without having to eat into the garden and B, obviously spend more money. So, but then the idea of having a really big open plan kitchen diner with massive doors at the back does very much appeal. And it's like, it's that decision, isn't it, where you've got to think, do you do a house for you? Obviously this isn't our forever home, or do you do it with the idea that you want to just enjoy it and live in it and use the space how you naturally would. So it's a tricky one. Okay, so we are kind of there. I drew this just because I feel like it's going to be useful for my stepdad just to visualize kind of like what we're working with. So I've measured obviously the distances. They aren't equal, which is classic. So they are going to be boxed in using different widths of wood. And then on the base units now, these we are thinking we're going to have to fashion ourselves because the doors of the IKEA Billy bookcase doors are slightly longer than we need, so we might have to make these out of MDF and add some kind of like detail into them to make them more shaker style with brass handles. I think that is definitely doable. But in terms of like the width of the plinths and the mouldings and the light fittings are all kind of like labelled out. And then I've just drew a floor plan based on a stencil copy of the new floor plan, so obviously that is including boxing up the door. I know a few of you had reservations about that, but I think for the space and just utilising it to its maximum capacity, obviously we aren't going to be getting, this door is originally kind of like cornered off, but the previous owners opened it up. So I think having that light coming through, and obviously this light well being here, I think that definitely helps. So yeah, having the one door in, which will also be glass, will mean that this room, which is the library room, won't actually be you know, too dark, which is good. I've also had a company put on my radar called Perlfrost. Now this isn't sponsored, but they got in touch and asked if there's anything that I kind of would like in our home, just as like a temporary fix until we do work. So Perlfrost are a contemporary and period window film company, so they do everything: reader glass, number decals, house things on your front door. They do so much privacy film, and you literally just peel it off and stick it, which is so good. And obviously there are a few places that we can use that in this house. I'm mainly thinking we could get some kind of reader glass or even some stained glass to go up there, just to add a bit of interest, just for now. And then obviously the front door, we have a large opening for like above the door, like almost like a light glass well, I think you can call it, like a picture window almost. So I'm thinking maybe we could get some number decals on there as well. So I've got the website here. Look at this, it's just genius. Like we could add some old school style, like art deco period window film, which is so like what we had in our old flat. Obviously it was like a 1920s flat. This is Victorian, so slightly older, but there's nothing stopping us looking at some Victorian window film, and I think it could look really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look, see if there's anything that takes our fancy, and potentially order some, because I think it could look very nice. I think I'm gonna wrap this vlog up, guys. Sorry, I feel like it hasn't really been the most exciting vlog, but these types of things are just filler weekends, and the actual work is gonna start very soon, so there will be lots of renovation bits and bobs coming in the coming weeks. But yeah, I'm just gonna have a really chill Saturday, probably just watch some more Mary and George and have an early night because I am shattered. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. If you have, as always, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and yeah, I'll catch you all very soon in a future video. Lots of love, take care, bye for now.